Greetings, my friends. Today is Wednesday, November 18th, and it's about noon, and ordinarily I would be at work right now, but I realized that I have a whole bunch of vacation time that I haven't used. So I'm taking Wednesdays off for the rest of the year, just to try to use some of that up. So one of the fun things about being new to Texas and new to fishing in the Houston area are all the types of fish that I've never seen or caught before. And one of those is called a buffalo. And they kind of resemble carp. A lot of people confuse them with carp. But according to Wikipedia, they are not carp. They are a type of suckerfish. And they are the largest in North America. They grow up to 4 feet in length and can live over 100 years. So I've seen people catch them in their YouTube videos around here. And I've always wanted to catch one. They look big, and if they're anything like carp, they'll put up a huge fight. So I've come down to this spot today where one time when I was fishing for alligator gar, there were some people fishing across from me, and they told me that they were fishing for carp and buffalo. So I came back to this spot, and I've got a light rod and a heavy rod, and I'm just going to be using a very basic setup. I'm going to be using small hooks like this. I'm going to be using floats because there's a ton of snags here. And then for bait, I've got this stuff that I mixed up here. It's oatmeal, bread, cinnamon life cereal ground up, and a raw egg to mix it and bind it all together. So I'm just going to be putting like a little ball of it on this hook with a float. I'm going to toss it out there and do some carp fishing and hopefully catch one of these weird buffalo fish. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not seeing any fish activity on the surface yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take little bits of this mixed bait that I've got, and I'm just going to chum up the water in this area. So there's a little bit of current, and I'm going to throw a bunch of these little balls in here, and they'll sort of expand and break apart, and the scent of this should go downstream and hopefully attract some carp and buffalo to this area. Okay, we got something. Hope this is rolling. Yes, it's rolling. All right. Oh, baby. It looks like a big carp. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Shit, my net. Yeah, boy. All right. Okay, definitely common carp, not a buffalo, but what a fish. And there's alligator gar. I'm really tempted to cut this guy up and try for an alligator gar with him. But look at this. What a fish. That was awesome. All right, have a look. Yeah, haven't been here long. Really just like 20 minutes or so, and I got this really nice common carp. Look at the pretty colors on him. I'm watching my other rod over there because if something takes the bait, it's gonna get pulled right in the water. So let me just do that real quick. Okay, so that was right out where I had been chumming the water. I'm not sure if that helped or not, but sure that doesn't hurt. So, look how cool these fish are. They've got little whiskers on them like catfish. They've got these big old scales. Really pretty colors. And man, these things put up a great fight. I know people call carp trash fish, but I just think they're a blast to catch. I'm only catch and release fishing anyway, so for me these are a lot of fun. All right, tempted to use this guy for alligator gar bait, but I'm gonna let her go. Wrong way. There you go. Ooh, the water's nice and cool. All right. Okay, so that was actually off the bottom, no float. What keeps happening when I put a float on is just like whenever there's current, whenever I'm fishing a place where there's current, it swings it around and then, you know, sets it right up against the bank. So, you know, I want it out there a little bit, but there's so many snags here. What I'm doing is, you know, I've chummed up the water with pieces of that mixed bait, and I'm just throwing it a couple feet offshore. I've seen carp feeding in really shallow water and up against the bank, so I know I don't need to get it out into the middle of the channel. Just right out here, a couple feet is plenty. Just saw a fish jump. We may get some action after all. So what I'm doing with this bait, it kind of has the consistency of Play-Doh, and this hook's a little bit on the big side. You know, there's going to be a lot of metal sticking out. But what you want to do is just smush it really hard on the hook here and mostly cover up the metal of the hook and just leave a little bit of that barb, the point of the hook showing, so that when the fish grabs it, you know, it's exposed and you can try to hook them in the lip. So something like that's good. Carp have pretty small mouths, you know, relative to something like a bass or catfish. So I usually use smaller hooks and smaller pieces of bait. This happens all the time when I'm carp fishing. If I just leave the rod sitting there and I'm not actually holding it, paying attention, I reel it in and there's nothing. Now, I didn't see or hear any activity on that line. Something, probably a carp, just came up and very gently nibbled the bait off of this hook. Sure enough, something was chewing on it here. Stole my bait off. Oh yeah. Oh baby, we got a fish. Oh, yes. Come on, be a buffalo, be a buffalo. What do we got? Oh, got another common carp. Oh man, that's a nice fish. Really nice fish. Just like the other one. Look at that. What a beauty. All right. What a nice fish. Ah, that's awesome. Really nice. The thing I love about carp is that you always just get them right through the lip. I don't think I've ever had a carp swallow the hook on me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on, buddy. You'll get back in, I promise. Alrighty. Okay, so not a buffalo, another common carp. Very nice fish. Great fight they put up. We'll let this guy go. Adios. All right, that's two fish. Better than I've ever done here. Okay, well, I've had about enough of my bait getting stolen and getting snagged up, so I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna have to settle for those 2 carp, which was a lot of fun. I think carp are just a blast to catch. So no buffalo today, but I'll keep trying. Don't think I'm gonna do a buffalo fail series like I did with the alligator gar. That was just painful. So I don't know, maybe over the weekend or next week we'll try again, or maybe do something different, we'll see. But I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.